Hey, beautiful people, how are you? I hope you're all doing great. For those who don't know me, my name is Liana. I'm here to inspire you and motivate you. And today's talk is about really just letting go. Because sometimes things happen to us that we don't understand, that we are feeling like, why is this happening to me now? And things do that because either it's something that it's for a higher purpose. It is because you are to do more with your life, or because you have to learn a lesson. And often these things we don't see them right away, right? So it could be quite frustrating. And I know for a fact, because I kind of went through it right now, like just yesterday. The fact of not knowing, it's a little bit, and that's also about letting go of the ego, because the ego within ourselves wants us to be in charge. It wants us to know where we're going. It wants to keep us safe and everything. So what happens when you're in a situation where you don't know what's going to happen? What's the next step? What am I doing? It is very easy for you to kind of get stuck in that and not move forward, not move to whatever you're actually aimed to be doing, instead of being caught in your thoughts, in whatever is going on, what will happen if this, and what will happen if that, and everything. Just tell you a short story to understand where I'm coming from and why I'm actually sharing this. Because the reason is that I actually let go of my normal work, because of lack of work, basically. So it is very hard, and it really took hard on my ego, because for the first, being let go is nothing that you actually expect for you to happen, right? It's nothing that you're expecting, or I never expected that. So it kind of took very hard on my ego, the fact that I was being resigned because of lack of work. So it wasn't anything bad, but that's something that so many people are going through right now, because the whole corona situation, or because whatever it might be, there are so many people being let go. And it's not it's, let's say it like this: if there's any time to being let go, it's now, because of the whole situation. If there is something happening around, it's actually making this happen. But what to do with the situation? So I do feel that you have to take in the fact that, okay, I'm not feeling well, this is hard on me, but also realize that this is your ego talking, because your ego wants to keep you safe. Your ego wants to know what's gonna happen. It wants to wake up to know that I'm going to work tomorrow. But even if that's not the best for you, that the ego doesn't care what's the best for you. The ego just cares what's best for itself, what's safe, and what's something that they know. So that's the whole idea, to kind of separate yourself from that, separate yourself from who you really are, and look forward. Okay, what possibilities do I have now because of this? What's gonna happen? What's my next step? What action should I be taking? Instead of actually being caught in that box of frustration and not knowing, and feeling that I didn't deserve this, or feeling that I wasn't enough, or whatever it might be that it's going through your head. And yes, you can feel it. I'm not saying that you are supposed to suppress feelings, because that's not good either. But you actually have to make the realization that you have yourself, and then you have your ego, and the ego is often the one that is reflecting a lot of emotions out. But I'm not saying that you can't feel sad because you have to leave your job, or sad because you're not gonna see your co-workers again, or whatever it might be. Or because it's more the ego talking when it's about, okay, I don't have a job anymore. I'm feeling frustrated because they let you go and not someone else. Or frustrated because you don't know what's gonna, what are you gonna do tomorrow? All that, it's the ego talking, because the ego is not sure. So when you're feeling that insecurity kind of feeling, then you know that that's not really you. That's just the ego keeping you safe, keeping you in that little box, instead of actually trying to open up for new opportunities, for, learning, for whatever it might be. So actually today I made it. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna have a day for myself. I'm not gonna have any must. So I have been dancing. I have been talking to a lot of my coworkers, actually more than I actually had during the whole pandemic, because of the fact that I actually finished working there, and it was kind of a big shock for many. So the whole idea now is just to, just be. I actually bought a lot of flowers for myself. I have like flowers everywhere right now, because I felt that it was worth it. Because no matter what's happening, or the fact that I was let go, doesn't mean that I can't, for me, this is a door opening. It's a door opening to be able to have more time, to be able to put more time into my courses, to put more time to be able to have lives, to be able to connect with people, to be able to help you in any way if that's what you need. So I'm very grateful for that, even if I know I'm not sure what's next. But that's also part of life, of kind of just letting go and trust that things will solve out. You have to, do things, and just not, lie in the couch and watch TV all the time, because where is that gonna take you? But actually to kind of take action at the same time and see what doors will open up for you. And once you have kind of let go of all this bad feeling and the ego talking through you and everything, it's so releasing. It's so nice. So for those of you that lost your job recently, or kind of are going through the same as me, try to find different ways. Is there something that you have wanted to work with? Is there something, do you want to change career? Because I think this is like one of the biggest times ever that people might be changing careers, because with the whole pandemic, it has been time to think as well, to go through yourself. Who are you? What do you want to do? So try to take that time, as well as looking for a job, if that's what you're, you kind of have to get money somewhere, right? In a legal way too. So it is so important that you still are open up for possibilities, but still doing the work and see where it takes you. So like I said, my last day was yesterday, and it was very shocking for everyone. Today I've gotten so many messages, which is heartwarming, really. But at the same time, it's so important that you really make the difference, that you have yourself and that you have an ego, and that the ego is the one often talking bad, and it's talking and it's making you feel horrible, and it's making you feel, that little devil that kind of talks bad about yourself to yourself. Yeah, that's the ego. Because it doesn't want to make you go outside your comfort zone. It doesn't want to make you, it wants to make you little, so the ego itself can grow. So that's also one thing. Are you in charge, or is your ego in charge of you and your life? And when you realize that there's actually a difference, and when you actually start thinking about it and feeling it and kind of pushing the ego away, it's so amazing just to get that feeling of, okay, I'm in charge. And that little devil right there, I hear you, but I'm not gonna do what you're saying. I'm gonna ignore you. Because when we are in different situations, especially hard situations, that little devil puts us in a situation, puts us in a psychological situation where we're like kind of working against ourselves. And when you are in these hard situations or situations that you're not used to, that's when you have to bring your best self, your highest self forward and say, okay, what can I do about this? Because what happens is that the ego is feeling, okay, here's an opening for this person to do something else, and I don't want that. That's not safe. So you start saying all this shit to yourself about how terrible you are. I'm fat. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. Whatever it might be. That little devil in there, you have to stop listening to it, because now it's like, let's say that we're a flower and we're kind of opening up, and this ego is talking, so it kind of just wants to close it down and we don't blossom. Hopefully you understand what I mean. That's like exactly how I see myself, that it's kind of like this, let's put it like this. When you have a flower and the winter comes, it doesn't open, right? It gets cold, so it doesn't open. But if you give it nurture and you give it sunshine and it's warming and everything, it opens up beautifully. So try to see this as a time of blossoming. And something that I loved that my husband said to me yesterday, and it was actually the first thing, it was really the first thing I thought about this morning, that this is the first day for the rest of my life. I have a huge feeling that this is huge. And at the same time, I have no idea. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing. I know I'm putting more time to encourage you, to nurture this, to, inspire and motivate more people in whatever way it means. So you will be seeing a lot of me coming up because of this. And then we'll see what happens. If it's something that I will be, just living out of, or if it will be something else, we'll see. But it's really exciting. So even though I just want to make this little note that I did feel really bad yesterday, I have felt actually pretty bad the last weeks, coming and going, because I didn't know, because the insecurity of not knowing, okay, what's next, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, because that has been the problem, that I haven't been sure of, okay, is this going to happen? And when I found out, okay, this is going to happen, I'm going to be let go, when it's going to happen, and all that, and that insecurity made me feel quite bad. But it's always about realizing, okay, this is the ego, and trying to wake up and get out of that space. So even if I'm telling you this, I'm really saying this from the bottom of my heart, because I've been going through, and it's a work in process to get out of that ego bubble and really find the best and the highest version of yourself. Who are you without that ego talking to you? Who are you without those question marks about, are you really capable of doing this? Who are you when you're doing what you really love? So it really is about just expressing yourself, being the best version of yourself, doing what you love, doing what makes you feel good. So you guys, I just wanted to share that a little bit. I hope some people here feel some kind of warmth, and everything will solve itself out. Like I said, just relax and kind of put the faith on that the universe has your back, that this happened for a reason, whether it is that you have to learn a lesson, or if it is that you actually have to, it's time for you to blossom, or it's time for you to grow in some way, or it's time to actually make that change that you have been longing to do, but you haven't, because you have been scared, or because you said, no, not now, I do it later, or because you had so much work to do, you couldn't, So try to think back, okay, what things have I wanted to do? What kind of, how I wanted to change something in my life? Maybe it's time to do it now. Maybe this is just the way the universe is telling you it's time to let go and then do what you have said for so many years that you want to do. So you guys, I wish you all the best. I wish you a great weekend, and take care. Bye.